I figured Stalker Gamma would be like a spicy Fallout with a slightly more depressing vibe. And you know, I'm pretty good at these here tactical shooter games. We'll give it a try. I died 3 times in the tutorial. Huh. Welcome to Gamma. I hope you enjoy your stay because I did not. Look, like all games, Stalker Gamma has some things that it does really well. And it also has some things that I take issue with. Before I get into all that, I figured I'd give you a general overview of Stalker Gamma from a complete nooblet's perspective. Your journey in the zone begins with joining one of 9 factions, each with their own goals, beliefs, and quirks. I shall sum them up for you now. The basic choice for someone who doesn't know what the hell is going on and also doesn't want to get wrapped up in politics. They also don't want to get wrapped up in politics, but would happily stab you in the eye with a fork for 26 cents. Scientists who try not to shoot anybody and mostly just want to do nerd shit. Scientists, but they are packing heat and do not respect governmental authority. Ecologists fill out their paperwork, whereas Clear Sky believes that carrying a firearm gives them a license to do whatever the hell they want. They want to kill the zone and are very dedicated to this goal. If they could kill radiation, they would. As a matter of fact, I'm certain they've tried. They believe everyone should have free access to the zone, and as such, they clash with duty quite a bit. They're an alright group of people, so long as you're comfortable hanging around a bunch of potheads with firearms and questionable trigger discipline. Literally just a bunch of mercenaries with dubious morals. Shoot anyone that isn't duty or an ecologist. Shoot everyone. Also, worship the funny irradiated rock. The faction you choose to join dictates where you spawn and what flavor of gang violence you will be participating in. The first danger one is likely to encounter on their journey in the zone are anomalies. Anomalies are funny little things that kill you in unique and interesting ways if you are either blind or distracted enough to walk into them. Sometimes they dissolve you, sometimes they burn you, sometimes they lift you up into the sky and turn you inside out. What? You tend to want to avoid these things, but sometimes you need to get close to them in order to collect artifacts. Artifacts are shiny little rocks that are needed for quests or to give your character performance bonuses. Here, hold on to this. It gives you harder skin. No, it's not a disease. Don't worry about it. When navigating anomalies, bolts are going to be your friend. Simply throw a bolt in the direction you want to go, and if it gets vaporized in midair, maybe don't go that way. Often found alongside anomalies is radiation. It can get quite annoying considering that there is no way of detecting it until it's already poking holes in your DNA, and it is everywhere. Don't worry though, through the power of chain smoking and alcoholism, you too can stave off the ill effects of radiation. Who needs potassium iodide when you have a pack of Marlboro Reds and a bottle of Smirnoff? I mean, you're trading leukemia for lung cancer and liver failure, but hey, in the short term, it works great. Now that the stuff that is passively trying to kill you is out of the way, let's talk about the stuff that's actively trying to kill you. Mutants are the abominations produced by the zone and are easily the scariest frickin' part of this game. They range from balls of flesh to roid-raging boars to chimeras to, well, whatever the hell this is. Like the anomalies, each mutant has their own unique quirks, but fear not, for I have come up with a comprehensive guide that works on almost all of them. Use buckshot. If it is still moving, use more buckshot. Repeat this process until it is no longer moving. Your enemies in Stalker depend entirely on what faction you have chosen to join. There is a lovely chart in your PDA that will tell you who's a friend and who is going to shoot you the millisecond they see you. Fighting other people is difficult. If you play like an idiot, the game is gonna punish you for it. Using your best equipment, cover, and wits are all necessary to come out on top. This means that every fight is a genuine threat, and it makes the small skirmishes engaging and thrilling. That being said, the big fights are bullshit and frustrating. For example, this fight with the renegades in the swamp at the water pump. After numerous attempts at strategy, baiting the enemy closer to me, using concealment, and after exhausting all other options, I eventually just said to hell with it, ran under their floorboards, and started cup checking the bastards with a Taz. Now that I have provided you with an incredibly basic understanding of Stalker Gamma, I'm going to explain why I don't like this game. Don't get me wrong, there is a lot this game does very well. First of all, the setting and atmosphere are unparalleled. Never have I played a game that captured the desperate loneliness of survival so well. You are in the bleak, irradiated landscape of Chernobyl, where life is cheap, death is omnipresent, and suffering is the only guarantee. The sole respite that the zone offers is when you're sitting around a campfire, listening to some other stranger play his guitar. The atmosphere is perfect. I have never been so paranoid while playing a game. The constant fear of anomalies, other factions, and particularly mutants just popping up out of nowhere had me on edge the entire time I was playing, literally every moment. I was so anxious that I got jump scared by my stomach grumbling. A sound cue that is simply there to say, hey, your character's a little hungry, had me terrified. I thought it was a mutant about to jump out of the grass and rip my guts out. That's impressive. The gunplay is also snappy and feels quite good. If your gun works, it's fantastic. Big emphasis on the if. I do not like Stalker Gamma because every aspect of this game is designed from the ground up to be tedious. Nowhere is this better demonstrated than in the weapon repair system. This clip here perfectly sums up my experience with this game. Every single gun you find is going to be an unusable mess that jams every 2 shots if you're lucky. It does not matter if you found it in a stash or pulled it off an enemy's corpse. The bolt is in 2 pieces, the barrel is bent 3 ways, the trigger is just not there, and worst of all, this only affects you. I am once again in a frustrating fight, where not only do the AI seemingly master quantum physics and are able to align their atoms, ensuring that walls have suddenly become optional, but also I am repeatedly killed by the same suppressed rifle. After dying numerous times to this thing, I eventually just say to hell with it and throw a grenade, which solves most of my problems. Upon looting this suppressed rifle of my nightmares, I learned that it was an SVU that had a broken barrel, meaning that it would only do 11% of the total possible damage if I used it. But nah, it worked perfectly fine for this guy. Is the machine spirit just not pleased with its new owner? What the hell is going on? There's also that time that a guy was shooting at me with a suppressed ADAR that had a missing trigger system. I can only assume that he was manually smacking the back of each round with a tiny little mallet. Meanwhile, I managed to jam a Mossberg by loading it. How do you jam a shotgun by loading it? It is a tube and a spring. There doesn't seem to be a whole lot to mess up there. Okay, so you can't just kill someone and take their gun for an easy weapon. I can understand that. Can I at least buy one from traders? Nope, traders don't sell guns. Why? Well, the in-lore explanation is because they don't want the government to come down too hard on them for selling firearms in the zone. Your bodyguard up the stairs literally just gave me a contract to go kill 10 government soldiers, but you won't sell me a gun. Okay, great. I'll figure it out. Fine, I'll repair one. All you need to do is hunt down the exact right parts. Okay, after field stripping the firearms off of hundreds of dead enemies, I have finally found the parts I need to fix my gun. Can I put them in my gun now? No, you need the correct weapon repair kit. Where do I get that? Off a trader. Oh, just wait for them to restock. Should be about 4 real life hours and then they might have it. Okay. I finally got a half decent gun. I have the barrel, I have the bolt, I have the gas system, I have the locking lugs, and I have the trigger mechanism, as well as that weapon repair kit I paid an insane amount for. I can finally put my gun together. That repair kit you just spent half your money on only has 3 uses. Ultimately, Stalker Gamma is full of features that probably wouldn't be so bad in isolation, but when you put all of them together, you have this beautiful concoction of just pain in the ass. The med system, ammo, radiation, the fast travel, all either take too much time or consume what little money you are making. Exploration is discouraged when every single stash you open is empty unless you complete the mission that is associated with it. All of this combined makes it feel like progress is either unobtainable or just non-existent. I'm aware that I can adjust many of these things within the mod configuration menu. I'm also aware that you can just disable the mods that are introducing these features. However, when I did that, I ran into some issues. My game kept crashing, I couldn't load into new areas, my FOV kept changing, so ultimately do that at your own risk. In summary, Stalker Gamma is just for a very specific group of people, and I am unfortunately not a part of that demographic. That being said, I have fallen in love with the atmosphere and mood of Stalker Gamma, and therefore the Stalker franchise in general, and I really look forward to exploring it more in the future. That being said, I will not be doing so through Gamma. And that is about going to do it for this video. Thank you for watching, especially all the way to the end. Keep in mind, I'm not trying to say that Stalker Gamma is a bad game. I'm not saying there's anything wrong with you if you like it. It knows what it wants to do, and it does it very well. I'm just personally not a fan of it. So I hope I didn't anger too many people, but let's be real, they didn't watch this far if they got angry at me. Other than that, thank you so much for watching. Again, I really hope you enjoyed, especially this first real attempt into doing different games and different content. The next probably 3 videos are going to be on Escape from Tarkov, and then after that I'm going to do a Baldur's Gate video where we don't harness the power of any gods or magic and instead rely entirely on high explosives like the good Americans we are. Other than that, again, a 3rd time now, I guess. Thank you so much for watching. That's all I had to say.